What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Tim Sports Talk. And today we're talking about the Washington football team's offensive line coming up in this next season. And there's a lot of interesting moves here in this offensive line. We could have potentially 3 new starters coming in. Of course, Brandon Sheriff and Chase Roullier are pretty much locked in at their respective positions at right guard and center. But you could have 2 new tackles and a new left guard potentially. But even with that movement, right now, Pro Football Network is ranking Washington football team's offensive line as number 3, and they're giving us actually pretty high praise from last season. Now, if you look at, a lot of people may not know this, last year Pro Football Focus ranked the Washington football team's offensive line number 6 in the entire league based on ratings. You can see here that we were 29th on the list in the preseason, but we finished in number 6. But if you look here, they give us some stats, and the entire offensive line had a blown block rate of below 2%, which is pretty darn solid. And especially Cornelius Lucas, he came in for Duron Christian around, I think, week 5 or 6, and he played really, really well in that starting left tackle role. Now, we did bring in Charles Leno Jr., so he could be our new starting left tackle, but Cornelius Lucas has been a swing tackle his entire career, so there's no problem with putting him at the right side with Morgan Moses being gone. Now, we did draft also Samuel Cosme. Me personally, I think he's going to need a year to develop. Watching his college film, I think he was a little bit too weak, didn't have a great anchor. He's got great speed and good quickness, but he's got to hit the gym. He did have 33 bench reps, which is good, but I don't know. It's his whole stability needs a little bit of work to me personally. So if he sits behind Cornelius Lucas for a year, I think he'd be really, really good coming in 2022. But for now, I think the starters should be Leno and Cornelius Lucas, and that would be awesome at the tackle positions. Now, the other position that's up for grabs is the left guard. And we actually have some solid options here at the left guard, which has been a hole in our offensive line for years, the Sean Laval situations in the past. But right now, we have Eric Flowers, who we traded for, and Wes Schweitzer, however you say it, and he had a really good season last year at the left guard position. You can see here he had only 16 blown blocks on 931 snaps. That's a fantastic block rate. If you did a good job on 915 blocks out of 931, you're doing your job pretty darn well. So I like to see this rating. I'm not completely surprised, but some of you may be surprised at, hey, how well is the national media ranking this Washington football team's offensive line, which would be huge if we can get that production for Antonio Gibson and for Ryan Fitzpatrick, Ryan Fitzpatrick has a ton of weapons going into this year. Of course, you have Scary Terry, the rookie De'Ami Brown. We brought in Curtis Samuel, the old reliable Logan Thomas at tight end. And who knows, John Bates coming out of the 4th round may be a really solid option as well. A Kyle Rudolph type tight end. Not a George Kittle, but a Kyle Rudolph. And this offensive line, it all starts up front at how well is your offense or defense going to be. And we're potentially ranked 3. And then on the defensive side, we're potentially ranked number 1. So, hey, everybody says the game's won in the trenches, and we're set up to be a really, really good football team in the trenches. But, hey, you guys let me know what you guys think about this news. We're getting some attention. It's awesome. But hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Also in the description below, there's a Discord link. Hop in our Discord and come talk some football. And last but not least, there are donation links in the description below. If you feel so kind, you could donate to the channel. Washington football team. Top 5 O-line, top 5 D-line. It could be a heck of a 2021 NFL season. And until next time, see ya!